Welcome back to the Voice Vista, where we dive into stories that the world remembers, and sometimes stories it has forgotten. Today, we're talking about a case that has haunted Australia for more than a century, the disappearance of 3-year-old Cheryl Grimmer.
Yeah, this is one of those heartbreaking mysteries. Cheryl vanished back in 1970 from a beach in Wollongong, just south of Sydney, and for decades her family has lived without answers.
Recently, hopes were raised again. A volunteer search team using cadaver dogs flagged a possible area of interest. People thought, finally, this could be the breakthrough.
But sadly, it wasn't. The bones they found turned out to belong to an animal, not Cheryl. Police have now confirmed the search is over, and that slim thread of hope was cut once again.
Imagine carrying that pain for 55 years. Cheryl's brother, Ricki, who was only 7 at the time, has spoken out many times about what he believes were mistakes in the investigation. Mistakes that began the very day she disappeared.
And he's not alone in his frustration. Over 10,000 people signed a petition this year asking for an inquiry into how missing persons cases are handled in New South Wales. But the government hasn't promised one.
It's almost impossible to wrap your head around. Cheryl was just a little girl who'd recently moved with her family to Australia, full of dreams of a new life. A day at the beach turned into a lifetime of unanswered questions.
There was a suspect once, a teenager, known only by the codename Mercury. He even confessed, but because that confession was made when he was still a minor, a judge later ruled it inadmissible. The trial collapsed and the charges were dropped.
And so the mystery lives on. 55 years later, her family is still waiting, and police are still offering a reward, 1 million Australian dollars, for any information that could finally solve what happened to Cheryl.
This case isn't just about a missing girl. It's about how justice systems, police investigations, and society handle tragedy, and how sometimes families are left fighting for answers. Not only for answers, but for accountability.
Cheryl's story reminds us that behind every headline is a family, still grieving, still hoping, and still waiting.
If you know anything, or if you simply want to help keep Cheryl's story alive, share it. Sometimes the smallest detail, the faintest memory, can unlock the truth.
You've been listening to The Voice Vista. If this story moved you, please follow, share, and join us as we bring more voices and more stories from around the world that matter.